Surviving on faith. Why does this religious community live longer than the rest of us? Our series, Living Longer, Living Better. A new ABC News USA Today poll finds almost 2/3 of Americans say it's worth practicing moderation, exercising regularly, eating properly, avoiding alcohol and stress in order to live to 100. Tonight, ABC's Gigi Stone introduces us to a community in Loma Linda, California that believes it has found the answer.
Marge Jetton got her first car around the time cars were invented. At 101 years old, she's still behind the wheel. At 94, Marion Westermeyer is still perfecting his dive. And at 91, Dr. Ellsworth Wareham is visiting a patient he helped operate on last night. All are members of America's longest living community, the Seventh-day Adventists of California. The Adventist Church was born during an era of 19th century health reform. It has always preached and practiced a message of health. No smoking, no alcohol, no caffeine, no rich foods, and plenty of exercise like daily walks. But the real secret, members say, is their faith itself.
It could be that there's something about prayer, something about the hope that engenders, something about the social support that they get.
There have been several studies to back that up. One U.S. government-funded study found those who attend religious services regularly live an average of 8 years longer. You never have enough time to do all the things you want to do.
That's right, because you're so slow, it's exasperating.
She just renewed her driver's license for another 5 years.
Put them up like this, like this, like this.
After all, she needs to be able to get to her daily workouts. Gigi Stone, ABC News, Loma Linda, California.
We're finished.
Amen.
This is Good Morning America with Charles Gibson, Diane Sawyer, and Robin Roberts.
This morning, we're going to tell you why people in 3 places around the world are living the longest. We've got the man who went to these places and brought back their secrets. One of them, actually, in the United States, and we'll tell you about him. Our next guest has traveled to 3 parts of the world where people do live the longest to find the secrets of longevity. Dan Buettner wrote about what he found in the new issue of National Geographic, which is available on newsstands on Friday. And Dan joins us now. Good to have you with us.
Good to be here.
So the 3 places that you found,
Okinawa,
Sardinia, and then in the United States?
The Seventh-day Adventists. They live about 10 years longer than the average American, the ones who most strictly follow Adventist way of life.
In these 3 places that you studied, any common traits?
The cultures of longevity are basically eat a plant-based diet. They almost avoid all meat, or they have very little meats in their diet traditionally. They also tend to be bean eaters, and they also tend to invest very heavily in family and in community. Put a huge emphasis on those 2.
And what about those on Okinawa? Why?
Well, first of all, they don't have a word for retirement. They don't think of life as a time where you work and then sort of stop. They have a word called ikigai, which essentially means the reason for which you wake up in the morning. And it could be a passion for karate. It could be a passion for teaching. And it's that passion that drives them into to age 100 with vigor and vitality.
How about Sardinia?
Sardinia, that's the longest lived men in the world are found there. Bronze Age people live there. They tend to be also very isolated, very focused on the family. And we also know that people who invest in their family tend to have lower rates of depression, lower rates of stress, better heart health, and they also take care of their elders very well. We tend to have grandma and grandpa live elsewhere. In the blue zone in Sardinia, they always live with the family.
And in Loma Linda, California, you said there at the end, those who follow the Seventh-day Adventist lifestyle most closely live 10 years longer.
Yeah. They're largely vegetarian. They avoid smoking. They avoid pork. They have very strong faith. 1 day a week, no matter how busy they are, they stop everything and they focus on their God and their family. And we know from studies that people who go to church at least 4 times a month live as much as 2 years longer than people who don't. So faith is probably a good thing to have, no matter what religion you are.
There is a faith element in it. That's interesting.
Yeah.